Check it out, we're testing out the first inline circular saw, which gives you superior visibility and control, and it's made by Flex. So this is the first Flex tool that I've had on the channel, and I'm excited to put it through the paces, test it out, so you can see if it's right for you. Let's take a look at the saw. Here it is. I've been running it for about a month now, so you can see we've got some sawdust on it. So let me show you what the inline design is all about. All right, so this is what makes this inline saw. So first we have the battery back here. We have the motor behind the blade, and then we have the blade right there. So everything is all in one line. So if you look at a typical like sidewinder saw, this is another saw that I reviewed in the past. This is by Makita. So this one has the motor over here to the side, the battery is back here and off to the side, and the blade's over here. So the visibility on this, if I'm over here trying to look at it, there is some visibility checking out my cut line, but over here, there's just a lot of stuff in the way. So I reviewed several circular saws, and one of the comments I get, there's a lot of concerns about the visibility, being able to see the blade and the line that you're trying to cut. So the nice thing with this, I have good visibility from this side, and I have good visibility from that side, being able to see. So what's interesting with the motor being back here, the way they power it, there's a belt drive underneath this right here. So that allows the center of the blade to be down closer to the shoes. So the advantage with that, you're gonna be able to get some deeper cut depths. So at 90 degrees and at a 45 degree as well too. So for example, the 90-degree cut depth right here with the Makita is 2 1/4 inches, and with the Flex, 2 9/16. So we're just going to go to 45, tighten it down. Now we're going to move the dust chute to the other side. Now instead of going from that line right there, we're going to go from that line for 45s. We have a really good line of sight right here. Go back to 0. And this is the factory edge. Take a look at this edge right here. I'd say that looks perfect right down the line. All right, so now we're gonna take the saw guide off and just freehand it, see how it does. I did have a lot of coffee this morning, so hopefully my hand is steady. All right, see, it's kind of a faint line. Let's see if I can track it. All right, I did get off track a little bit right there, but I'm still just kind of getting used to it. Near the end, when I used one hand, it really felt smooth. So you get the tool itself with this 5 amp hour, 24 volt battery. So I just want to point out, this is not their stack battery, but that is something that you can get with some of their other tools. This definitely delivers plenty of power, so I think you're going to be very happy with it. The charge time with this and the charger that it comes with right here is 1 hour. So if you want faster times, you can get a Flex supercharger, and that's actually less than 30 minutes to charge this battery right here. So this is a fan-cooled charger. Let me just show you what happens when you plug this in. So on both sides to the battery, you have these bars right here. Show you the status. And it also comes with this tote bag right here, enough to put everything that you need in it. So you can bring this to the job site. And then let's take a quick look at the box. So the model number FX2131A-1C. It has a 5-year warranty, shows 20% more power, 25% longer runtime, and 50% faster charging. All right, no load speed, 5,500 RPMs. The bevel capacity, 0 to 47 degrees. The arbor 5/8 inch. It's at 45 degrees. It's 1 9/16. And then the tool weight without the battery, 7.1 pounds. I'm gonna get my scale out right now and see what it weighs with the battery. Hit the tare button to zero it out. 9 pounds, 7.2 ounces. And then I just noticed 2 other things in the box I didn't mention. There is a blade wrench stored on the tool itself, and there is a hook cover. Let me show you that. So right here, we have the rafter hook. This works well for easy storage to set it down while you're maybe getting some measurements or something else like that. So if you don't want that on there, I don't have it in front of me, but there is something where you can take these 2 screws out right here, and there's a cover that would go on this. So if you didn't want that hook, which I really don't find it being a problem at all, I would rather have it on there. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down below. So every time I go and get the weight of a tool like this, I often then start thinking about the balance of it. So the one hand right there and the 5 amp hour battery, I think this definitely is right where you want it. And the grip, it's a very nice ergonomic grip. Definitely fits my hand well. You just see when I go and start it, I pull the trigger. So watch this once again. So you can push this from either side, which is nice. So if you're right or left-handed, this is gonna work well for you. So it's what I would call a soft start. I've had some other saws, especially like one of my old miter saws. When you pull the trigger, the thing just jumps. And a lot of people like having saws that start off relatively fast, but they don't jump like that. So very happy to see that on this. So then if I want to do some bevel cuts, you can see the gauge right there. So it just automatically stops right at 45. If I want to go to 47, check this out. There's this little tab that you pull out. So if you pull that out, then it will go those extra 2 degrees to get you to 47. And then back here, very typical for your depth of cuts. So it's not a precision scale, but it's going to give you a real good idea. I always go just a little bit thicker. Always err on the side going more instead of having to go and cut it again, rip it again. So as I mentioned, we have the onboard wrench right here for changing the blade. Let me take the battery out. So right there, when you push that, that will lock the blade. So right here is the dust port, and that swivels. It's a little squeaky when you do that. It's kind of a tight friction fit on there, but I guess that would be nice because you don't want it real loose. So if you have a hose hooked up to it, it's going to hold it in place. So if you're outside, maybe the wind is blowing this direction right here, you're not going to want to blow the sawdust in there. You'll want to turn it that way and have it go the same direction as the wind. So there's one other optional accessory that I highly recommend getting. This is by Flex. It's less than 10 bucks. It's your fence guide. So that would just go on either side right there. You can just see, actually turn it that way, and just nice little thumb screw with some really good grip to it. So you can get that nice and snug. So I have quite a bit of footage that I took over the weekend showing this outdoors, and you can just see the sawdust flying out of this. But I didn't get any with the dust collector hooked up to it. So right now we're gonna use this fence. And I also have a 8-gallon dust extractor hose that we're gonna hook up to this. And we're gonna just see what type of sawdust comes out from using that setup right there. All right, so one other thing I wanted to point out right here is the LED light. So you don't even have to have the blade spinning, you can just pull it like that. The light will come on. It'll stay on, I'm guessing about 10 seconds. So right here is the hose that I have, and don't need to duct tape it or gaffer tape or anything. It just locks on really nice. All right, so now that you've had a chance to see all the features of the saw and see how it performs, I'd like to know what you guys think about it. There's really not too much I could say that they would need to do to improve it if they ever came out with a Gen 2 version. So one of the comments I heard somebody say, with a 6.5-inch blade like this, you may not have quite the wide variety of blades available, but I think for all the different types of woodworking blades, you're gonna be fine. And there's more saws that are coming out in this size right here, so it's probably just a matter of time before you'll be able to find any blade that you really want for it. That's my guess anyways. So my other question for you is, what other flex tool would you like to see me demonstrate? Right now they're launching quite a bit in the early part of 2023, so that's going to be something exciting that I'm going to keep my eyes open and see what gets launched. So what would you like to see them launch too? I'd like to know. So now I'd like to just say thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet, because we've got a lot more tool reviews coming out soon.